Welcome to the Decree Room channel. In this video, we will talk about something powerful, something that many believers have never been taught. It's called the night watches. These are 4 specific time windows during the night. Each one has a different spiritual purpose. Each one carries a different kind of power. In these dark and urgent times, God is calling His people to rise as watchmen, to stand in the gap, to pray when others sleep, to push back the darkness, and partner with heaven through intercession. When you understand the watches of the night, you can pray more effectively, hear from God more clearly, and stand stronger in spiritual warfare. What are the night watches? In Bible times, the night was divided into 4 parts. Each part lasted about 3 hours. They were called watches. The first watch was from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The second was 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. The third was 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. And the fourth was 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. These weren't just natural time slots. They were spiritual windows. God moved in specific ways during these hours, and the enemy did too. In Psalm 119:148, David says, "My eyes stay open through the watches of the night, that I may meditate on your promises." He knew that something powerful happens when you engage God during these sacred times. Let's walk through each watch, what happens during them in the spirit realm, what the Bible reveals, and how both God and the enemy operate in each. First watch, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. It begins at sunset. It's a time of reflection and spiritual alignment, a time to let go of the day, to thank God, and to renew your covenant with Him. In Genesis 24, verse 63, Isaac went out into the field in the evening to meditate. He was alone, seeking God in the quiet. During this watch, you can confess sins, renounce anything unclean, and set your heart in order. But this is also when the enemy plants seeds of distraction, temptation, and compromise. If your heart is open, God will meet you in this watch with peace and clarity. Second watch, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. This is the second watch. It's when spiritual warfare starts to rise. In Exodus 12, the death angel passed through Egypt at midnight. In Acts 16, Paul and Silas were in prison. They prayed and sang to God around this time, and the prison shook with power. This watch is a time for intercession and covering your home in prayer. It is also when demonic assignments are sent out. Witchcraft gatherings often begin here. Spirits of fear, confusion, and unrest try to move in. That's why we must pray. Pray for protection. Pray for peace. Pray for angels to surround your household. Third watch, 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. This is the third watch, often called the midnight hour. It's the darkest part of the night, and spiritually, the most intense. Jesus prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane during this time. He said to the disciples, "Could you not watch with me 1 hour?" This is the hour of spiritual warfare. The enemy is most active here. Demonic dreams, night terrors, strange visitations, they often happen during this watch. In Judges 16, Samson arose at midnight and tore off the gates of the city. God gives strength, strategy, and sometimes warning. During this time, if you wake up during this watch, it may be the Holy Spirit calling you to pray. Pray for God's protection against the works of darkness that would come at you and your loved ones. This is the time to pledge Jesus' blood, covering over yourself and your family throughout the night. Fourth watch, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. This is the fourth watch. It is the watch of victory and visitation. In Mark 6, verse 48, Jesus walked on water in the fourth watch of the night. In Acts 12, Peter was sleeping in prison, and an angel came, woke him up, and let him out. This watch is often full of angelic activity. It is also the time when the enemy's power begins to weaken. The dawn is near. In Exodus 14, it was during the morning watch that God troubled the army of Egypt in the Red Sea. If you are awake during this watch, speak blessings over your day. Declare breakthrough, ask God for direction. This is a powerful time to command your morning and walk in victory. In this hour, God is calling His people to rise, not just as believers, but as watchmen on the wall. Each watch carries purpose. Each one invites us to partner with God in a different way. The night is growing darker. The battles are intensifying. Families are under attack. Nations are shaking. Souls are hanging in the balance. But God is still searching for those who will stand in the gap, for those who will watch and pray, for those who will not be silent in the night. Ezekiel 22:30 says, "I looked for someone among them who would build up the wall and stand before me in the gap, but I found no one." Let that not be said of us. This is the hour for intercessors to arise, to take up the call, to push back the darkness, and to partner with heaven through prayer. Will you answer the call to become a watchman in the night? In the next videos, we'll pray together through each of these watches, with focused prayers and declarations for every hour. So make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you won't miss them. Let's take back the night, one watch at a time.